Oop.
That'll happen.
I wanted to do.
It's the real world, Ben.
That's right.
Washing black paint in direct sunlight.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Nick.
And this is Ben in Beta. We're Ivanless today.
No DIY detail video. I had the programming going already, but we're in your garage in Utah.
Yes, we are. We're in my garage in Utah. My wife drove her vehicle from California all the way here so that we could ceramic coat it for her.
But first we need to start with the wash and the decon. And this guy wants to throw iron remover on the floor of his garage with no squeegee. I'm like, we're going outside. We're gonna do an outside wash video for the people.
And it's in the 80s today, so a little bit warm. So we're doing black paint. We're gonna wash and decon basically in the sun, and we're gonna see how it goes. And this is what I think a lot of people would be doing at their homes as well. This is a beginner video. If you're brand new to all this stuff, but you're thinking about a wash clay seal, something like that, or you wanna go with a full ceramic coating, this video will help you get started on that journey.
So I'm one half of DIY Detail. I saw recently on a YouTube comment, someone said, you know, I've used all the products under the sun. I have different brands in my lineup, but they're mostly DIY because your lineup just works. So if you want to learn how to wash your car, I promise you, if you follow these steps, you'll get results.
And I would recommend as a DIYer myself that if you're going to do a full ceramic coating, trying to stick with the same company stuff the first time you do it will just give you the best results and make it as easy as possible. And DIY Detail has every single possible product you would need. We have a lot here today. Right, Nick?
I'm excited actually to wash and polish and then ceramic coat. The polishing, we haven't done a test spot yet, but this paint looks pretty gnarly. We want to bring you through the process to get to that polishing and coating right now.
So we're gonna get everything set up, but basically here's what we got today. We're gonna be doing a hybrid wash with Incredible Suds in the foam cannon, trying to get all the dirt off of the paint. Then we're gonna move on to a rinseless wash with the V2 rinseless. And then we're gonna be doing iron removing. We're gonna be doing any water spot removal as well. And then if there's some spots that have some tree sap, we got some of that. So a little bit of everything, but it's all coming right now. So not only did Nick bring a few toys of his own, for the first time ever, he's gonna be using an active pressure washer and an active foam cannon during this hybrid wash. So that's kind of fun too. I get to show you something new as well.
No, and I play the beginner with Ivan on DIY Detail television. No, seriously, I actually do have that beginner's mind. I don't detail professionally every day like I used to, so I don't try all the new toys. So like an active pressure washer or foam cannon, never tried one in my life. We've been using a Kranzla for years. I had a Kranzla professionally. One thing that as a mobile detailer, this is a luxury for beginners, but it is so much fun, is this pressurized detail kit I got up from Scott Graves. I just pushed this up to pressurize. We just used a basic Amazon inflator.
Yep.
And rinseless wash 256-to-1 in there. And now I've got really nice PSI. We're at about 90 PSI here. Rinseless wash diluted 256-to-1. So we're gonna get this on the paint, but we're not gonna do it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We've got to take care of these wheels. Also, don't forget that this takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos, so please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to DIY Detail as well if you haven't done so. Subscribe to Nick's channel, so you've got a couple of them, right?
Hawk Pro Detailing, and then haven't really put a lot of content out, but it's been years. I used to be a mobile detailer and a professional, had a shop, and now I'm half a DIY detail, so I don't do the mobile detailing anymore, so this is a lot of fun. But also have a podcast, Nick at Night, on the House of Rags YouTube channel. So go check out, I'm sure folks have heard of the House of Rags. If not, they make amazing microfiber, and they also have a YouTube channel, and I have a podcast every Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, and they sell all your products as well as many others. And
do you have a promo code?
I do. If you use code Ben and Beta at either DIY Detail or the House of Rags, you save 10%, which usually pays for the shipping if you don't get above that. And if you are above that, you save 10%. So that's pretty great.
Sweet.
All right, so we need to put some foam on there. We're gonna be using some of the DIY Detail All Clean. It's been diluted 15-to-1. Got a little bit of the Incredible Suds in this SPTA sprayer here. This is an electric sprayer, so this is my version of what Nick has there, but that's what we're gonna use. And what would you put on first, Nick? Did you?
You can do it either way.
Yeah.
I like iron remover first,
Okay.
and then I like to bathe it in Incredible Suds / All Clean. We just put, what, a cap full of Incredible Suds in there with the All Clean?
Cap full of Incredible Suds and then 15 to 1 otherwise for
Okay.
All Clean. All right, here we go.
So I've just got the iron remover, which is ready to use here from DIY Detail. And I'm known for using more product than is necessary, but if we're gonna really deep dive on this vehicle, I wanna let the iron remover start to do its thing. So we'll do iron remover first, and then pretty much whenever you want to, Ben, you can put that All Clean, which is a little bit of Incredible Suds in, and just foam the wheel and the tire and just have fun with it.
Sounds good.
Okay, this foamer's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this thing.
I love All Clean in a foamer. It comes ready to use in a 16-ounce bottle. I truly think it foams and cleans better, so it's actually more fun to use in the foam. And as it clings, it's actually continuing to clean. So I think you really supercharge your All Clean when you buy it by the concentrate in the gallon.
Agree.
And then you can use it at our recommended dilution is 15 to 1.
And I can see the iron remover's already working here. Got
Absolutely.
that sort of bloody color. Their tires are bleeding.
Yeah, we call this kind of the, I don't know, purple creamsicle look. You've got the iron remover working on all of the brake dust and whatever's on the face of the wheels and the barrels, and then the All Clean is gonna clean so well.
The other thing that's kind of nice about this, Nick, is that the Incredible Suds kind of helps cover up that stinky smell from the iron remover, which is nice.
No, it's great. I love the smell of Incredible Suds. I love watching it foam. There's an ounce, sir.
Perfect. And I love an ounce of Incredible Suds and about 700 milliliters of water for me. That's perfect.
You can use more, you're just wasting product, but more foam is not a bad thing. So if you're like, hey, 1 ounce doesn't seem like a lot to me, I want to put 2 ounces, like, do whatever you want. We're just trying to
save money.
Save money, right?
Yep.
So, perfect.
This version of Incredible Suds, I know you guys are working on another one that's going to be a little less syrupy, but this one you definitely want to mix up good.
Yeah, our next iteration, our V2 of Incredible Suds, will be coming soon. So we'll be talking about that pretty shortly, but it's still in the research and development stage. Yeah, you just want to make sure you shake it up, exactly. Because sometimes it's so thick that it'll just stay on the bottom and you're like, why am I not getting the suds I wanted?
There you go.
Active first impression. How do you like that width there? Is that?
You can test it out, see what you think.
I'll hit the wheels first because we want to reactivate that product. Holy, dang. That's 1 ounce of Incredible Suds.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What? I gotta try it on the wheel again. I'm just getting a feel for this.
That's pretty good stuff, huh?
What? I think this is better than the crayons that we have in the shop.
Yeah? All right.
I mean, there's a lot of factors at play, but that's great foam.
It's good.
So I'm trying to be as methodical as I can and just try to work one section at a time. I'm not perfect. I've never been the master of the, efficiency.
And we're not going for perfection today, Nick. We're just going for good. Like, that's what we want.
We just want to move quickly in the sun, right? Because it's warm, it's hot out.
That's some seriously great foam.
I may have used the majority of our foam cannon, which is okay. Our second foam in the Foamer's foam isn't even happening here. Even if it were, watered down foam is fine. We just want lubrication.
Exactly.
So the Foamer's foam method, it builds in so much scratch mitigation, right? Because you're gonna scratch your paint if you just put your wash media on the paint right
do that.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people just foam and then they wash. And what they're doing is they're washing that grit, small microscopic level. There are little boulders with jagged edges into the paint. We don't want that. Okay, so we want to work kind of quickly in the direct sunlight. Let's get this rinsed off. The whole goal with the Foamer's foam method or any kind of car wash method when you're outside is you just don't want anything to dry. Is it okay if it dries briefly? Yeah, but we have black paint in direct sunlight. It was really hot when we started.
It was.
We want to just keep it going. Keep it moving, keep it wet.
On your, just what do you think of the pressure and everything from this? And then I can do the rest of it if you want, but I'm just curious.
Okay. This is like luxurious.
Yeah, you've used really good products. I'm just curious because I've only used like cheaper pressure washers than this. So.
We have the short gun in the studio. We don't have the long gun, and it's just, I feel like it's like a self-propelled lawnmower. I feel like it's doing some of the work for me somehow, and I'm just enjoying the ride.
Good stuff.
So the efficient way I'm thinking about rinsing here is going top to bottom, and then working meticulously this way, and just kind of going quartile by quartile, so I'm not wasting any steps.
Sure.
one thing you could do if you were really concerned and you felt like I wasn't gonna get this section again is you could follow with the rinseless wash.
Sure, start putting it on.
If you don't want to, you don't have to, but it does have some water spot mitigation built in with the polymers, and so it may feel better in your head. It may actually work better to have the rinseless dwell on the paint instead of the water. So if you're getting nervous, you can.
Sounds
it's
good.
just, I don't guarantee, I can be a little crazy sometimes and I won't hit the same section again.
That's all right.
So the beautiful thing now as you put the rinseless wash on the surface is, if we weren't doing a deep decon with water spot remover and the iron remover paired with our decontamination towel, if we weren't doing that, you rinseless wash, you contact wash, you dry, you're done. That's why rinseless wash is such a popular method, Ben, is because you don't have to do that final rinse at the end. It's rinse less wash.
And it makes drying easy. Like, you don't have to put anything additional on even to dry, which you would have to do in a traditional wash too.
So here's the deal. Are we all covered with rinses or are you still putting it on?
I think we're pretty covered, but I just want to make sure I hit all the areas. Oops,
and if you get the wheels, I'm actually good to go with the wheel bucket and I can start cleaning the wheels.
Wheels are good.
Okay.
Yep. Oop.
That'll happen.
I wanted to do.
It's the real world, Ben.
That's right.
So Ben's making sure everything is staying lubricated with the rinseless wash. The way it's really easy to think about wheels is pick a spot you're gonna remember every time. So for some people it could be midnight. For me, it's the valve stem right here. I don't know why. And what we recommend is you clean the faces first. So we've got some incredible suds and all clean in the wheel bucket. You could have rinseless wash, you could have incredible suds. You could have really any kind of cleaner in there as your lubricant. But we already have rinseless wash on the face of the wheel. We've already done the foam and the rinse. So now I'm just trying to get in everywhere, going from midnight to midnight on the valve stem, making sure I don't miss the faces. That's something you can do as you go along. Of course, the lug nuts, if you have a smaller brush, you can use that too. But we do the face of the wheel first because as I do the barrels, I'm pulling a lot of crud out from the barrels, right? And then it's running down the face of the wheel. If I did the barrels first and then the wheel face, I could be potentially driving something nasty into the clear coated wheel. We don't want that. So we'll do the barrels last, Ben.
Yep. Makes sense.
One thing I forgot to do is you can also use that green brush as you're going to clean the face of the tire. So it's basically your tire and wheel cleaner. It just makes life easy. You know, like I, for the longest time, was the biggest overthinker. And it's just something that is unnecessary. Like our products, as I said, and I hope there's enough people out there who could just verify this and vouch for it, they just work, man.
They do. So I can vouch for it. They work great.
Yeah. Thank you for keeping the surface nice and wet. So now that the surface is still wet, now that our wheels have some incredible suds on there, we want to watch. We don't want those to totally dry on us. Not the end of the world if they do. We're seeing some cloud cover here.
Yep.
Now we want to decontaminate the paint.
And we both are going to have the Legacy sponge. There are lots of great sponges out there. This one is a fantastic one, and I like it.
Yes, sir. So how much water's in here?
I have 4 gallons of water.
Okay, so
2 ounces of that.
So it's 1 capful per gallon. There's different ways to count it out.
Sure.
But 1 capful per gallon is a really easy way to think of it.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, 1 ounce per 2 gallons of water. But every capful is a half ounce. Does that make sense?
Yep, sure does.
It's a lot of math. I'm not very good at math.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I also have the Legacy sponge and our perforated synthetic decontamination towel in there.
Same.
Some people call it a clay towel. It's actually not clay, but it helps to decontaminate the paint.
It's what you would think of as clay. It kind of feels like clay, but it is not clay.
And then we've got iron remover here.
Yep. And do we do that first or do the contact wash first?
We haven't done the contact wash yet.
Right.
I'm so far ahead of myself.
Yeah, we're trying to
on?
go really fast today because it's in the sun. We'd want to keep it wet, but we're going to contact wash.
We're going to contact wash it first.
Yeah, okay.
I saw the bottle of iron remover and I told you I get distracted easily.
You just wanted to get going.
I was ready to crank away. I'm thinking of polishing and coating. We got work to do, son.
So Nick, basically, I'll start on one side. You want to do the top?
Yeah. So I'm going to try to be as efficient as I can. Just, you know, when I move the ladder to a certain spot, get as much of the upper real estate as I can. And then you can do the same on your side.
And we're looking for just dripping. When you say dripping, so this is one thing. Like when you guys say dripping, what does yours feel like? Okay, so
no, I hadn't done my.
Okay, I want to see.
So we want the sponge
on the verge of dripping, right?
Basically like that. Little heavy. Little heavy. You can go a little lighter. The best time for a sponge, doing what it was born to do is when it's absorbing.
All right.
When it's wet, it's not going
not
to absorb as much.
right.
So you want it almost dry, and then it will absorb for you, but it still has the rinseless in there. It's the kind of sweet spot that you'll figure out with time.
All right, perfect.
So again, I just go in there. I like a little drip, but barely anything. There's
I'll
such
see
thing as too dry.
how much I can get from this side without, if you can reach across.
Yep,
from it,
I think
we'll
I
be
can
good.
get there. This,
Ladder's tall.
the ladder's tall. Yeah, the rinseless just got a bird dropping. There we go. All right. And the best part about a rinseless wash is you can actually see on the surface where you've been.
Yep.
It'll look different where it's been sprayed versus when it's been wiped. If you have coated paint, you're gonna see a lot of water beads on one section. That's where you pre-sprayed with your rinseless. And I am going to I'm gonna dunk my sponge again. I got a little careless on the roof, which is an old habit and it's not a very good one. So my habit is, who cares about the roof? No one sees it. I get sloppy there. You should work one panel with one color of the sponge just for your own mental organization.
Yes.
So I would start, maybe this upper quadrant is my black side. And because we've been so safe with the foam and the rinse and the application of rinseless, I'm gonna call that a section. And so black side is done. It's the exact same foam. And then we do the red side here. So the difference in color on the Legacy sponge is only to help you stay organized as you're detailing. And I have no pressure on the sponge bed. And after those two panels, I'm gonna go dunk it back in my bucket. It's kind of nice to have two buckets, right?
That's right. It's nice to have two people.
Exactly.
So it's starting to dry here. What's cool about rinseless, you can reactivate it, most of them, not all of them, but you can reactivate them by just getting some more rinseless on the panel.
You absolutely can. And if you feel like you're fighting some pollen, maybe this was my new section. I felt like I saw a couple things that scared me. I'm like, I'm gonna go from black to red right away, even though back there, I would let one color of the sponge, one side, ride for a little bit longer.
Do you have any technique for windows? I like do a box and then kind of fill in the middle when I do windows.
Yeah,
Does it
no, that's
matter?
great. I don't think you can mess up windows. That's a beautiful thing. Interior detailing and interior windshields is a different story.
It's true.
But on the exterior, just make sure you get those corners, and a little bit of extra pressure, which we never advocate, is not gonna do anything to windows, right? You're never gonna really scratch a window. Unlike paint, where scratch risk is top of mind. So
Right.
I may use a little bit more pressure on my sponge or even my decon towel, where I never use pressure ever anywhere else on glass. If I'm just trying to hit corners, it could be the sloppy technique that we wouldn't advise, but I'm telling you, you can kind of get away with that, just not on paint. You never want to use pressure on paint. That's like the foundation of our entire system, Ben, is so that we could teach you, and you couldn't mess it up.
That was a great catch, by the way.
Thank you. Your dad, your brother, how to detail. Rotator cuff's like, what happened? No. Whew, I saved the keg, dude. That was a move.
And we still want to keep it lubricated because we're still going to be putting clay towels on it, so it doesn't matter if we respray it.
So now I can't remember. Did I get the hood and you resprayed it?
I don't think you got the hood.
Okay, because it doesn't look like it, right? But I'm like, if he resprayed it, maybe it'd look a type of way.
I don't believe
One
you got
piece of
it.
advice I got recently, Ben, is with windshield wipers, when you're outside, it's better that they're down just in case. Like the 1 in a million thing that can happen.
Sure.
Where do you think I got the advice from? It was Ivan.
Exactly.
I had my Jeep wipers I was replacing, and he's like, don't leave them up when you're outside. If the wind
kicks
crashes on it, it could crack your windshield.
Makes sense.
It sounds like grandpa worrying about something that'll never happen, but I promise you, working with Ivan,
You've learned a lot.
he's seen all these things happen. He's been doing this for decades.
Right.
I always come around to Ivan's ways because they are rooted in wisdom. So I love you, Ivan. And these are techniques that Ivan honed over decades running shops that he could teach anybody to do, right? These work incredibly well. I'm actually pleasantly surprised here on the front end with the Legacy sponge, which I never want to put pressure on. No pressure removed the bug guts. I thought we might need to get those with a decon towel, but you've been taking care of this vehicle since you got it.
Misty's been doing rinseless washes pretty regularly on it.
So tell me about the history here. Is she using anything after the rinseless washes? How long has it been home?
She's had about 6 months, and it's just been back here about a week. She's been doing it on her own in California every few weeks. A couple weeks when she thinks it's dirty, she washes it, so she's better than nothing. So should I start going over with clay towel?
Yeah.
So 1 spray in the towel is all we really need, and then 1 spray wherever we're gonna go. I'll just start with the windshield for fun. And that's it. And when we're going over it, if it's not been done before, and you're gonna feel a lot of crunchy kindness to it, I would say. That's how I explain it. It's kind of nasty feeling, and you want it to be smooth. Once it's smooth, you know you're good in that section and you can move on.
And you just want to, yeah, flip the towel
Yep.
onto the next section. Yep, exactly. A couple things might happen as you're going, and please do holler at me. The paint might dry up. We want to err on the side of adding more
Yeah, we
rinseless.
want a little bit more rinseless. Ivan will say if we've sprayed too much, we don't need that much, right? He'll tell us that.
You just need one spray on the
One
panel,
spray.
one spray on your towel,
Yep.
and you've got a lubricated towel there that is just going to distribute more rinseless wash on the paint if you accidentally apply too much pressure. So it's kind of all built in to save you money, to be easy on your shoulders, and save you time.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Time is the key here, is just time and patience. Because you want to,
We want to coat into it here when we get to that spot.
Well, yeah,
right?
and you want to put pressure down. I know, you're like a human. You're like, if I put pressure down, whatever's on there will
gonna
go
go
away.
faster, right?
And we just don't want to risk putting pressure during the decon stage. We don't want to scratch this paint. It's clean, but pressure is a negative in detailing. The hood's looking a little dry.
Yep.
I'm going to distribute some rinseless with my Legacy sponge.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, so that
Plenty
way
of that.
we're just getting rinseless on the surface as our lubricant. And as Ben said, we go until we can't hear or feel that sort of scratchy sound. So none of the doors or windows are done?
None of the doors or windows are done, just this half of the top.
Okay, let's do that, and then we can move on to the other side. And then the rinseless can dry on there with the iron remover.
Perfect.
Not a big deal. As long as we're gonna come back to it quickly and end up staying on top of it. I already deconned this panel.
Oh,
I just didn't tell you, so my communication was lacking. That was the first flaw, that was me. But what I'm saying is I could already see the white marks.
Yep.
Which with time you'll understand what these things look like. But now I know what he's saying where he says he learns every time he teaches a class.
Yep.
Because I'm learning how your mind works. Because it's how mine does too as a beginner.
It is.
Where I spray my iron remover is where I put my towel on the paint. We love that there's rinseless wash on there as lubrication. And I'm doing a panel until I no longer feel or hear the scratchiness. New panel, spray, panel, towel.
So there we go, it's dried on there. Now, if I put a coating on top of this, it would look just like that. But we're not gonna coat directly on here at this point. We just need to rinse it off really well.
Exactly, you've got the iron remover, might freak people out, nothing to freak out about, but we do want to rinse quickly, we want to respect Mother Nature and get her done. And by instinct, I'm always spraying away from the paint with the pressure washer the first time I use it, always. Like,
Yep.
you're always gonna spray away first.
Especially with
do
that one, because it'll shoot the tip a long ways. I know by experience.
Exactly, it's happened to all of us, but I want to actually think, okay, strategically, how does Nick want to do this? And I want to start top to bottom.
Yep.
So let me start in the right spot. What you should do directly behind me is start with water spot remover, which is our mineral cleanse.
Got it.
That way we keep the paint wet, we're leveraging all of these assets.
Sounds good.
And then we need 2 rinseless wash dampened towels.
Got it.
And whether it's a concern to let it dry or not is less relevant than just the general principle of respect the sun, whether you're using our products or anyone else's products.
Right.
It'll serve you for the rest of your life. If you just say, I'm gonna respect the sun as the ultimate winner most times.
Yes, it does win.
So this is what we call the mineral cleanse, Ben. I know you've used water spot remover before, but this helps to get all those nasty minerals from all the
Have a lot
road
here.
salt.
Yes, and it's salt. It's just really minerally water here too, I would
Yep,
say.
exactly. So water spot remover is our final decontamination step. Not one you want to skip, actually, even though a lot of people haven't heard of it. And we're gonna take 2 rinseless wash dampened towels and just agitate it in ever so gently so that it gets in every pore. We're gonna rinse and we're gonna get this thing out of the sun. What we're doing is we're just wringing out our rinseless dampened towel to the point of it's not dripping anymore.
And you're not gonna change sides with this, right?
No, and the why here is like, it's actually more work because you're just pushing around more moisture.
Sure.
Right now we have water spot remover on the paint. All we're trying to do is agitate it in before it dries because we're dealing with that direct sunlight. Agitate it in before it dries, rinse it off, and then get it out of the sun because we're getting into the hottest part of the day. And are you gonna hit the roof?
I'm gonna do my best to get all the way across, even
Sweet.
if I get wet.
Even the plastics. We've done such a thorough cleaning that we shouldn't need to switch sides of our short nap towel here. Does it feel weird though to stay with the same side, Ben?
It does a little bit, but you know, it makes it faster.
And agitation is just part of the redundancy. We want to make sure this water spot remover has gotten into every pore of the clear coat, the plastics. We're trying to have the purest paint possible before we polish.
Get that corner right there?
Right here?
Perfect, yep.
Absolutely. Also, doesn't it feel good to do something the right way?
It does.
Like to just do it thoroughly and not be alone when you're doing it. Like, because sometimes this detailing game can be a little lonely. It's just you in the driveway. That's the most beautiful part about it for a lot of people. But if you do this a lot, it can also get a little lonely.
It's definitely lonely when you're filming all the time.
Yeah. Because it just makes a 1 hour wash take 3 hours.
It does. People don't realize that, but it does.
Yeah, with 2 people though,
this is great.
you can get it done real quick.
Definitely starting to dry up here.
You could definitely have used water spot remover on the wheels, not the end of the world.
I put a little bit on there actually.
Okay.
I think I might have sprayed them.
Okay. Yeah, I know, I got the windshield. All we want to do now is, and I got this front, let me make sure. No, and you can tell where we didn't get because it has really solid drips with some kind of murky water beads.
It looks very different after you're done.
Yes, so again, I just want people out there who aren't with us, trust your eyeballs as you're going. Don't freak out if you don't know what's happening.
So,
But if it looks different than what it looked like before, that's just an indication that you're aware of what's happening and you're able to discern that. And that's part of the growth, is like when you start to see things happen as a consequence of your actions and you start to become like a detailing pro, but it all just comes with experience, Ben. Ben, I don't do it perfectly by any means, but I used to be just a willy-nilly rinser. And so Ivan has taught me actually,
having a system.
it
Right?
just makes sense to have a system. It actually feels better as a rinser when you're like, I kind of have a plan, I'm executing it, instead of just like, let me rinse until I think I got it all, and you rinse the same panel 4 times.
And we're trying to get it wet, so we pull it in the vehicle, into the garage, and it's still going to be wet, and then we're going to dry it. Right?
Exactly, yep. Heck yeah, man.
Just to get ahead of things a little bit.
Want me to keep it wet?
I'm going to go ahead and throwing in all the stuff into the rinseless the rinseless solution to get all that stuff off of everything.
So actually the best thing to do is, could I see those blue towels? You actually want to take, because those had water spot remover in them.
Get those out.
And don't worry about the fact that they went back in that bucket. That's not a big deal. But we want to just rinse these out with water.
Okay.
As much as you want, really. Just wring them out, rinse them out, and then they'd be fine to go back in your bucket or launder separately. But because the water spot remover is slightly acidic, we don't want it sitting in with a legacy sponge.
Okay.
This might actually be a good time just to triple check, just to take your legacy sponge, and just rinse it out with water. It's actually a great way to clean it. Legacy sponge usually comes clean in a bucket of rinseless anyway, but if it's not, for some reason, dunk it back in. Yeah, I would want to rinse out anything that got water spot remover on it, just for the safety of the decon towel and the sponge. It's really simple to clean your decon towel. All I did was I rinsed it out in water, and then just a light squeeze is all you need. So Ben, I just rinsed out with water, light squeeze, and then you can do a couple things when you're done with it. So if you had like a nice drying towel, we could put it on there and roll it up, and it kind of takes a lot of the water. Or you set it on the side of your bucket and let it dry. You don't want to like do it like this when it's still wet.
Yep.
But you can actually roll the diamond weave over it so none of the decon
So it doesn't stick.
clay isn't sticking. Yeah, so that's a good way to store it after drying it, but you can tell it's still pretty wet. Not a horrible way to dry it because we're not doing clay on clay.
Right.
But again, we don't want to be too aggressive in the squeegeeing out. Just let Mother Nature dry this thing, then you can roll it up, put it back in its box.
For years, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, it's time to dry this thing up really quick, and then we can take a break if we want, because it'll be all dry before the next stages, and then the full hybrid wash and decontamination will be done at that point.
I just threw that at him. Sometimes it's fun to just annoy Ivan, and I don't have Ivan here, so I was like, I'll just throw a towel at you.
Ooh, this is actually pretty stuck.
So it's actually wild. When you use water spot remover, it actually is easier to dry the paint.
That's crazy. I've never
helps
done
it
it this way before, so yeah.
Yeah, no, but do you see what I'm saying? Like how nice this is to dry?
Yeah, it's like you have a ceramic gloss on there already, and you don't.
Well, it's a combination of a couple things. One, you've been protecting this with ceramic gloss. You've been washing it and taking care of it, right?
And then 2, a heavy decon, right? We did a really nice clean, and the water spot remover makes a huge difference. One of the things about the polishing stage is it is nice, where it's like, it's an insurance step knowing that like, it doesn't just make the paint look good, it actually is a deep cleaning process. So when you polish, you know you're actually deep cleaning the paint.
Yep.
And again, we want to deeply clean this paint so the ceramic coating has the best longevity, right? So it lasts the longest, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so we might have forgot a step. We're gonna put quick beads on the wheels and we didn't, and that's okay. And we were gonna put quick beads here in the front and we didn't, but we can do that the next time we washed, and that's totally fine too.
Yeah, again, it's very clear where you've dried, where you haven't. I'm not worried about the possible light micro marring that might happen with no drying lubricant at this point, because we are gonna be polishing it. But normally we'd use something like rinseless wash at the bare minimum as a drying lubricant. Or if it's a protected vehicle or just the vehicle that you have and you don't have a coating on it, ceramic gloss, quick beads, C6 mist is great as well.
Yep.
To help during that drying process. Tell me this though, just this already looks awesome.
It does.
Now the detailer's eye is gonna see the scratches,
Yep.
but the regular person is gonna be like, this is clean and shiny. Unfortunately, we see a lot more.
Yes, there's more there's more to be done, but it does look really good. And then like weekend warrior would probably be pretty happy, honestly.
I don't know if it just took too long for you to dry, but take a look at the hood. Well, but like our sides look vastly different, and I'm just trying to figure out if it's because it took you longer to get there. But look at about here,
Yep.
like you can see the drying marks.
Yep.
I've got a couple, okay? I've got a couple, but yours is like covered with them, and it may have been you just waited a little too long to dry.
Yep.
It's not a concern, but it might freak the consumer out. You could spray your ceramic gloss, that would probably level it. But at this point, it looks like we've left something on the surface.
See if we can get it.
But on my side, again,
Yep.
you don't see
there.
it.
Yep. And then, Nick is semi-professional, if not a professional. So there you go. There's a difference.
There's a couple of marks there, but you see all these like towel drop marks. And I think you started drying after me.
I think I got down here a little bit after you. Yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
So I think because we didn't have anything on the surface there and the paint was
It's the
hot.
same thing too here, I think, with what happened on the...
Luckily, we're polishing and we should be good to go. Ben, your idea was to try rinseless wash again. So do we have any we could spray on here and then?
Yeah.
So let's just see.
There's marks from here over. So
Yep.
let's see what we can do here.
Hey, that's better than nothing. There we go.
go.
There we go. So that'll get us started here. So no rush, nothing to worry about, but we'll just go ahead. So let's just try drying this. And then we can assess if it's deeper than the drying stage, right? And it might be.
Yeah, it's still there a little bit.
Still there. Okay. So that easily could have been you or me. Those could have been there before. It's kind of a mystery at this point, Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know in 4 years what this has been through.
Correct.
We're really getting that first MRI of the paint, right? And it's really hard to know why is it there and not everywhere.
It was over the whole side of the vehicle before, and now it's not near as bad. So there's definitely, it's gotten better.
Sometimes this just helps reactivate whatever might have gone on there and, just sat for a while. Again, we have not owned this since day one. This has not been in a museum. It's black paint that has lived in the wild for 4 years?
And sits outside every day. So.
And it kind of looked good in a garage before, but I could see a lot was going on. And you see here, any of that residue that I saw before, Ben, which is a wash and dry, totally wiped off.
Yep, it's gone now. Yep.
So again, what happens to black paint, Ben? It gets hotter than white paint.
Yep.
Horizontal paint gets super hot. So what happens on the surface of this can sometimes be a wild mystery in the heat of the sun on dark paint where it gets so hot. So we always want to respect it. Always, right? So just wrap it in the sunlight if we can.
The funny part is if we'd started doing it now, we've been better off because it's no longer sunny.
Yeah, it's no longer sunny. But whatever this is, will come off with the polish.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm convinced of it.
All right, well, thanks, Nick, for helping me do that wash.
For sure.
Clay decon step here. I mean, this thing is looking pretty good. There's definitely some damage to the paint that has been suffered over years of it sitting outside, probably being a rental vehicle.
And you're gonna boost the gloss if you use a protection product like ceramic gloss or quick beads after this, which we didn't, because we're gonna be polishing and ceramic coating. So this is only gonna look better. It's got a lot of stuff on here. It should. It's lived a lot of life so far. We're not here to try to make it perfect because there's a finite amount of clear coat, and we're gonna learn more about that, I think, in
Yeah, there's going to be
another video.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing one more video. We're going to polish it up. Then we're going to throw in a full 5-year ceramic coating from DIY Detail as well. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that happened here. We'd be happy to answer those. I love answering questions in the comments. I think it's kind of fun just to interact with the audience. So please do that.
All right, Ben.
All right, thank you so much for watching. Remember, live your life in beta, and we'll see you next time.